Hi, this is Mike from thesubstream.com, and this is the episode of Watch This Instead for the week ending Friday, the 2nd of October. And I'm going to tell you what you should be watching instead of Ricky Gervais in The Invention of Lying. In the film, Ricky Gervais plays a man who lives in an alternate universe. And how you know it's an alternate universe is because Ricky Gervais, who also narrates the film, tells you right after the credits start that we're in an alternate universe. And what makes this universe different is that nobody can lie. Everybody has to tell the truth. Perfect setup for comedy, and hilarity ensues when Ricky Gervais becomes the only man on earth that figures out how to lie. And thus he's given godlike powers to mold and shape reality to his will. How? Not really. It's not really funny. It's a lot of weight on one performer's shoulders when you're the one character in a film that isn't retarded. Ricky Gervais' character gets to have complete power over everyone else in the film. A film that has an ensemble cast that includes people like Jennifer Garner, who's funny, Louis C.K., Ed Norton, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Christopher Guest, Jonah Hill, Rob Lowe. These are very funny people, Tina Fey, that all basically get to tell the same joke, while Ricky Gervais' character gets to make fun of them all in various different ways. Ricky Gervais co-directed the film, co-produced the film, wrote the film, and stars in it, and is the one guy in it that's not an idiot. It doesn't quite work because although Ricky Gervais is like one of the funniest dudes on the planet and is, together with Stephen Merchant, responsible kind of for inventing what's probably pretty legitimately a brand new genre of comedy when they did The Office together a couple of years ago. He needs a foil. He needs somebody to play off of. It doesn't work in this film just having all of the dramatic and comedic weight resting on his shoulders. Because of the way the story works, it's just too much for him. He works best when he's got an ensemble foil like in The Office, or when he has a guy like Carl Pilkington, who's his friend that he does a series of podcasts with. That's basically the same thing as this movie, where he talks for a half an hour every couple of weeks about what an idiot his friend Carl is. And it's funny because Carl can talk back. The problem with The Invention of Lying is nobody can talk back to him. He just gets to be frustrated and a jerk to them, and they get to call him fat, which really wears thin after about 45 minutes, and unfortunately the movie is longer than that. So what should you watch instead? Well, if you want to give your eyes a rest, you could download some episodes of his podcast, which is legitimately very, very, very funny. You can get them from iTunes. Or you can click the zip banner that's on our website, and if you're not watching this on our website, go to thesubstream.com and click the zip banner and get your trial or whatever, because that gets us the and rent Extras, which was Gervais and Merchant's TV show that they made after The Office, which you've probably seen a million times. It's just as good, and in that, his foil is his best friend Maggie, who's also surprisingly kind of an idiot, but also gets to talk back in a way that nobody in The Invention of Lying does. And she's played really well by an actress called Ashley Jensen. And she's one of the best things in that series, and that series is very, very, very good TV, so you can rent that. But more than anything else, what this film really reminded me of is this kind of film where it's one man who invents a gag, an alternate universe reality, and says, wouldn't it be funny if, and then wrote it and directed and started it himself. And I'm talking about Albert Brooks in his 1991 film, Defending Your Life. And in that film, a man dies and is sent not to heaven or hell, but to Judgment City, where he has to meet with people and defend his actions and choices, the ones that he's made over the course of his life. And he meets other people there that are doing the same thing, including a character played by Meryl Streep. And Rip Torn is in it, and it's really funny. And that's a really neat film that nobody really saw when it came out, and is really kind of an undiscovered, hidden, absolute gem. And it's the kind of thing where a really funny guy, Albert Brooks, wrote a movie, directed a movie, and starred in it himself, but doesn't have all of the comedic, dramatic weight resting on his shoulders, and he gets to give a little bit of it off to people like Meryl Streep and Rip Torn, and as a result, it's a much, 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 much funnier film, but one that's along the same lines. So watch that instead.